here's Brody Brazil.
You know, it really is amazing how time flies, and especially when you're having a good time along the way. Feels like just yesterday. It was January 1st, 2025. I was starting out my brand new role covering the San Jose Sharks, working for the San Jose Sharks. That's right, after 15 years of working alongside the team, I finally got to join them on the inside. It has been tremendous, and now here we are in April. The regular season is wrapping up, and with this video, I wanted to do two specific things. Number one, say a huge thank you to the organization for bringing me on, for creatively letting me do my thing. You may notice here on this channel, my own channel, I don't do a lot of Sharks videos. That's because I'm putting all my work and effort into the Sharks YouTube channel, which I greatly invite you to subscribe to. So number one, I wanted to say thank you to the team for giving me this chance, and to the fans who have followed over there, who've been watching those videos. I greatly do appreciate that. But number two, I wanted to give you watching this a quick sample of some of the things I've been working on. Maybe you missed this. I wanted to give you a quick taste and teaser of these videos, and that way maybe you'll go check out the Sharks channels. A couple big interviews here to close out the regular season. The first is with Macklin Celebrini, confirmed bona fide future star of the NHL. You could argue that he has been the team's best player, one of the best players this season at just 18 years old. And there's a bunch of different things I talked to Macklin about, but one thing that always had me curious this regular season was watching him during games on the bench. He always had the iPad out in his hands. You got the iPad out there a lot on the bench.
Yeah.
More than I've ever seen a Shark have it. Now, I realize it's new technology. You're also a young person who probably embraces technology a lot more. What are you going back to look at all those times?
Yeah, I feel like I get caught on camera doing that a lot. I feel like I don't.
Sorry about that.
I feel like I don't do that as much as people think.
Yeah. What's important?
But every couple shifts, I feel like it's just, for me, just looking back on a certain play. Like, I think it's important just in game, right after shift, like seeing how they defend, or seeing how their structure is when you pull up on the wall or something like that. Like it's usually very little things. I don't watch a full shift or full sequence of plays. I just watch like one little thing that I kind of felt was there, and then something I could do differently, especially in the first period. Like you get 2 more periods and a lot more time on the clock to kind of make adjustments and make plays. And
it's not just you by yourself looking at it. I feel like Eki's right there, Toff's right there, whoever your line mates are. You're all kind of looking and pointing at it together. Are you saying that you think you can learn stuff in a game that literally might help you the very next shift? I mean, you're that adaptable?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like just, especially like, I mean, you see some of these teams like Colorado, Toronto, those guys, they've been together for so long. Like they already know where each other are going to be and where the space is and different tendencies. So I think we're still trying to learn that. I mean, it takes years. It takes time to grow that. But I think the more in-game and video stuff you can do, but like just little things during the game, if you're like, hey, like I'm like, see this, there's space here, that's where I'm going to be. Like just little things like that.
What a player, what a human being, what a composed young man. Again, 18 years old, and that's already his competitive mindset. You can just see where this is going for Macklin Celebrini. Now, I realize he is in the Calder race for the Calder Trophy, the NHL's Rookie of the Year. There's a couple other great competitors. Lane Hudson, the defenseman in Montreal who used to play with Macklin, is going to be very highly regarded. Dustin Wolf, goaltender for the Calgary Flames, grew up in Gilroy, California. The point is about Macklin and the Calder. I mean, at this point, yes, that would be fun if he wins it. But the most important takeaway for Sharks fans from this season is, imagine if your team didn't have Macklin Celebrini. Where would the Sharks be if they didn't get so fortunate this last summer, to get the number 1 pick in the draft, and that it was Macklin's turn to be number 1. He wasn't a year older. He wasn't a year younger. It was the Sharks' chance of getting a bona fide future superstar like this. So totally impressed with Macklin. Again, the biggest takeaway, so glad we got to see him as a Shark this year. And the tandem with he and Will Smith has been amazing. Smitty started out the season, I would say, respectable, comfortable, but definitely in the second half of the year, the points started coming. I think since the end of January, he basically matched Macklin in points. It is that 1-2 tandem, that 1-2 punch that we're so lucky to have in covering and following and rooting for the Sharks, but also they're lucky to have each other. Isn't it super important for you guys to have each other as just colleagues, as friends, as whatever you consider yourselves to be for each other?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand that. It's some teams, obviously you have a younger guy, but maybe the next guy is maybe 3-4 years apart, so it is going to be challenging for some other guys in different teams. But here we're very lucky, I think. Coming from college, obviously, I had 7-8 of my best friends there where I'm hanging out with them every single day, 24 hours a day, and coming here, and guys have families, and you got to go pick your kid up from school or something. Right. It's a lot different, so it's very special, and something I don't take for granted.
At some point, did you realize that? I mean, you probably were told, oh, you guys will help each other, that'll be great. At some point, did it sink into you like, oh my gosh, like this wouldn't be the same without you?
Yeah, I mean, I signed first, so I think I signed before the lottery, and then he obviously won number one, and we're dev camp, like this kid better sign.
Yeah, right.
So no, after that he told me he was going to sign, and see, from then on we're here now.
Yeah, they're a package deal, and oh, sorry, Will, I caught you on a blink, but I mean, it almost feels like this season there have been a couple games where Will and Macklin take over the game, and I'm like, wait, is this Thornton and Marlowe all over again? And you think about Macklin living at the Thornton house this regular season, Will Smith living at the Marlowe house this season. I mean, it's impressive. It's incredible how like history has almost been repeating itself in these situations, and the Sharks are so fortunate not just to have one or the other, but both of these players. And in already on the Sharks team and kind of building the foundation for the future, they're going to need a lot of complementary pieces. Don't get me wrong, even as good as these two might be over time, they're going to need the depth surrounding them to make the Sharks a competitive team year after year. On that note, it brings me to kind of more of an emotional situation here, as recently Sharks captain Logan Couture has revealed he is stepping away from hockey, stepping away from the team. And I take this one personal because my first year covering the Sharks, 2009, was Logan's first year playing for the Sharks. And so a lot of different ways, again, to bring this up and discuss it and what it means. And it's not just a player, it's the captain stepping away from the team. But here's what Logan said about what the Sharks meant to him. What did wearing that logo mean to you? What did this team, this franchise, this community mean to you? You're not from this area, right, but obviously you kind of got adopted here.
Yeah, it feels that way. I mean, I was drafted in 07, and if you showed me a map and asked me where San Jose was, I would have no idea. I couldn't point it out. But came down here for my first development camp, and obviously the first thing you see is sunshine in July. And I'd never been to California before, so that was my first time down here. And those first scrimmages, I mean, there's people in the stands watching us rookies skate, and I remember just being in awe of how well we were taken care of as players, and that's the equipment staff, people in the front office, really a first-class organization from the start. And when I first played in Philadelphia, I think it was my first game in 2009, I remember coming off the ice, and it was Rob Blake that said, no matter what you do for the rest of your life, you've always played in the NHL. And that was a cool moment, something I'll never forget. But another thing I'll never forget is the sound of us coming out of the Sharkhead, just especially in the playoff time. There's no arena that gets as loud as that and intense as that. And even sitting in the locker room before those playoff games, coach would come in and do a speech, but it was tough to hear him because you would hear like the duh, duh as they were dropping the Sharkhead down, and the dressing room was shaking. That's something I'll cherish forever.
And again, just a small clip there of the full interview that we did. And Logan also talked about how he sometimes gets asked by the younger players, by the Wills and Macklins, of what did it used to be like? And, what does San Jose get like when the team is competitive and when there is a playoff game? And how is this building really, when it's full and the fans are all there? And I think that's the point of what Logan can translate to these young kids. You have no idea what it's like to be on this team and around this team when things are going as well as they used to. When Logan, in his first 10 years, I mean, it was basically an automatic that the Sharks were going to the playoffs year after year. They were going to contend for a cup. And then there is kind of a price of winning. At some point, you're not going to have as many draft picks or be able to make the trades, and got a lot of large contracts. So the team has obviously gone through the rebuilding process. And Logan is a chapter closing that, again, sentimental to me. He was such a favorite player of mine, great person to work with. And helped me cover the team over the years. So I very much appreciate Logan. I wish him the best of luck. And I hope you'll check out all of those interviews in full. I will link to all of them down below. I should have said that before in the description of this video, and I'll probably will have put some links up above. Maybe you've already seen those during this video, because I'll do that after I record this. Anyway, bottom line, thank you so much for your support of my work, my new job covering the Sharks for the Sharks. Go subscribe to the Sharks channel, follow the Sharks on all the social platforms. You can see this work continue all summer long. That's right. It's a year-round thing. Just because the season is ending, my work and my role in covering the team is not. So thank you once again. Thank you for being here on this video. Thumbs up down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. That way I can definitely see you back here next time.